Are you a big fan of Star Wars? Well, if you are, then there's a good chance that you've come across Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's new to me, and I want to open some toys, so let's get into it. G'day, everyone. Welcome back to Frostbite's G.I. Joe Repro. So, we do a lot of G.I. Joe stuff here at Frostbite's, and occasionally I quite like buying a little bit of Star Wars stuff as well. I really like the modern stuff. I have to control myself a fair bit at the time because, as a collector, and if you're watching, you know how difficult it is. If you just don't have a lot of room to store stuff, if you go outside of your lanes for collecting, it can end really badly. You're just going to have boxes of crap everywhere. So when it comes to modern stuff, I only buy what I want. And, opening these things on my channel, I don't do it to be the first because, that's a bit of a one-trick pony type of stunt. I just basically buy stuff that I want to open and has a bit of meaning to me. And that's with today's thing of Star Wars, and as you saw in the title and the slides, I wanted to look at Thrawn and the Night Troopers, and in particular, their appearance in the Ahsoka series. So there's been sort of this introduction of Thrawn in the 90s. Totally missed it. I was in the military at that point and having drinks with mates and not a lot of nerd stuff going on. So I've recently been looking through books on Spotify, and I found this book, and it was the first of the Thrawn series. Now, the reason that I looked at it and thought, maybe I'll take a look at this, is because when I watched the Ahsoka series, when it was released, I want to say last year, at the end of that series, when Thrawn appeared with these Night Troopers, I looked at these guys and I was like, who the hell are these people? Who's this blue dude? None of this makes any sense to me. And it probably doesn't help that I hadn't seen any of the Rebels series, any of those animated series. Just didn't catch them when they came out. So I was missing a backload of story. So after I saw Thrawn appear in the Ahsoka series, I thought this dude looks pretty cool. And those Night Troopers are sweet as. So fast forward to recently, been getting into some of the Thrawn books on Spotify, and absolutely brilliant. I'm not usually a fan of audiobooks. That's how I've been listening to them, as per Spotify. But I've just been having such a fat time hearing about Thrawn and how he's doing his business in the Empire. That first novel, it was just absolutely awesome how he rose through the ranks and just became this absolute weapon of the Empire. So sort of in this phase where the more I'm reading or hearing through these audiobooks, just the more I love Thrawn as a character. So once I actually realized who the dude was and had a bit of backstory on him, then, and this is only recently, I started looking for the toys at my local Zing or EB, which is, equivalent of GameStop in America. And recently, this thing got released. So it's Captain Enoch and Thrawn's Night Troopers, and it's a box set. I've done absolutely no research on this thing. I just wanted to buy it and open it up and just have some fun with it. So I hope it's cool. I think it will be, because this sucker here in Australia at EB and Zing selling for $139, $129. I didn't pay that because no way I would pay that much for a little 4-pack. So it recently came on sale, and I snagged that sucker up super quick. And once I had that, I thought, well, if I'm going to open up a Night Trooper box, I need to have Old Mate. And there's a couple of different versions of Thrawn available in a modern series. And this is the Ahsoka version, and it's the version I want. I saw a Rebels version. I didn't want that. It looked weird. This dude looks like what I imagine Thrawn would look like from the books. So, yeah, super excited. And I wanted to share this with you guys. It's cool content. If you haven't seen the books before, definitely go and check them out. It's known as the Thrawn trilogy, and I believe it came out in maybe the early 90s, mid 90s, but just such really nice content. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack into this sucker. Okay, so we have our two things here. I mean, you got to have an admiral before you can have some troops. So let's look at opening up Thrawn first. So I've been tempted a couple of times to buy these this metal rack. You can get that at EB Zing, which is, as I said before, GameStop here in Australia. Just really cool pieces. Mentioned before, this is the Ahsoka version, and it's how I imagine him to look when I'm listening to these books on Spotify. It's really nice that they've got the, they haven't used art in this. They've got the nice picture, and it's just got all the usual vintage collection stuff on the back. No big deal. This thing cost me $35. So it was definitely a lot more pricey than what I usually purchase for modern stuff, but I wanted it. That was the difference. Like when I got my Ahsoka, I didn't really care if I had it or not, but I think it popped up for like $15, so I was more than happy to get that. Came with the soft goods and the dual lightsabers, so pretty happy with that. But this thing, definitely wanted it to go along with my Night Troopers, so that's it. Let's get this sucker open. I don't know why I care so much about the card these days with these modern figures. Let me know in the comments if you take care with them. I don't think it's going to matter anyway with the cards. I don't think we're ever going to be at a point where we're collecting these cards like I'm collecting the ones from the 80s. Comes with this little handgun. Oh, and the holster actually holds it. That's pretty cool. Come on, sucker. Yes. Okay. So you can see the detail there. The weapon's not too bad. It is very small. It is like a phaser. So nothing too special about it. You're really buying this guy because of who he is. You're buying Thrawn. The blue-headed or blue-skinned Chiss made such a cool appearance in the Ahsoka series. It's great to see him walking in, even better now that I know who he is. But yeah, it was great to see him walking in amongst his night troopers. If you haven't seen it in Ahsoka, go check Ahsoka out. It's, I think it was definitely a series that had to have these other characters. I felt the character Ahsoka gets just a little bit too much. I felt she's very preachy and, not lives by the rules necessarily, but lives by her own rules, and she sticks to them. And I don't know, I sort of found that a little bit annoying after a bit. So it was good that they had all these other characters like Sabine Wren and Ezra and Thrawn in there, the Night Troopers, Morgan Elsbeth. It just made the series better. And of course, it was the last role that Ray Stevenson played, playing the Dark Jedi before he passed away. So detail on this is really nice. You can see his metal bar there is quite detailed. Getting those two slashes down there. Get his rank bars up on his shoulders. The articulation of the figure itself is really good. He can do his Trump thing. Waist turns. Doesn't sound like it wants to turn too much, so I won't be forcing that. This is a bit of almost it's soft plastic, which is cool. And yeah, he's just got that pretty cool looking Imperial officer look. Let's test the weapon out. So it looks good in his hand. Doesn't look like it's too big for him. Looks just right. And you can actually get his trigger finger into that, which is really cool. Looks really good. I think it's an important thing, that they've figured out the scale of weapons and not trying to make them look too bloody massive. So when they, when the figure holds weapons, it doesn't look stupid. Like one of the greatest examples of that was Bullhorn from the G.I. Joe vintage line, and they gave him a Steyr, and that thing was bloody massive. It almost looks like it's classified scale. So it's an important thing to get the scaling right, and they've done it correctly with this figure. So that's him holding the weapon. Let's put it into his holster. That looks really good too. It's good. I like it. I like it. Okay. So that's Thrawn. Let me know in the comments what you think of that guy. And then we get this. So, Night Troopers, was reading before that there was the thought that they were based off Death Troopers, which had been seen in previous Star Wars media. And there didn't seem to be any confirmation of why they are the way they are. It was sort of, you watch the show and it sort of looks like they were zombified, or in some means undead. But yeah, they're cool. Whenever they're struck down in the Ahsoka series, they seem to find their way back up and keep on fighting. So they're definitely enchanted or raised or something like that. But yeah, they look cool with the red ribbons and the little bits of gold touch. So yeah, this set, like I said, was bloody expensive. If it hadn't have been on sale, I definitely would not have picked this thing up. It's obviously a bit of a premium set. I mean, you're getting 4 figures. Thrawn was $35. So if you do 3 fours, that's $120. So, it's about right, but then you're not getting cards for it either. I think what they're doing is applying a bit of a main character tax on Enoch, and just saying, well, you get Enoch and 3 of his troopers, so that's why. But I mean, really, they could have released Enoch as a carded figure and then released just 1 or 2 of these figures as carded figures as well, and given you the choice to army build. But yeah. So that was sticky taped up. I've cut that open, and here we go. Like I said, I didn't watch any videos of what's in this box. Just thought it was cool to grab it. I mean, just as cool as Thrawn appearing in Ahsoka, these dudes look very cool. They look dangerous. They look ready to serve their master. Yeah. So this weird packaging. Take that out. And we've got the 4 figs there. So let's go straight to it. I think it looks like Enoch. Got the typical Hasbro packaging here. Waxy paper. Let's check out his weapon. Looks sort of like an E11, but a bit different. It's also got the nice touches of gold. Make it look cool. They're all in the same area on both sides, the gold. Okay, Enoch himself. This figure, straight off the bat, feels more high quality. If you look at it, you can sort of see, I mean, you wouldn't expect this to be a dull armor, but I mean, it just feels like it's a level up in quality. Just this armor is beautiful, nice and shiny. The touches of gold in it are fantastic. Okay, starting at his head. So you've got his known golden face armor. It looks cool. Those touches of gold, I'd love to know why they're there. Like, they are fantastic. Looks really nice. There's some real it's just streaks of gold going along there. Articulation wise, that doesn't go up too well. That's as far as it goes, because the shoulder pads are just so large, it doesn't really want to go up too high. And yeah, on this side's exactly the same. Arm turns are great. And yeah, it's just typical articulation. You sort of got that chest fold there, and it's going to multiple sides, which is cool. This skirt is it's just that soft plastic. Get a big holster for the E11 lookalike. And yeah, we just continue with those really nice sort of arty splashes of gold on the limbs. It's a really nice looking figure. It's just making me more and more happy that I bought this set. So let's try this weapon. Just trying to get it into the hand is feeling a little bit ridiculous. Goes in to that hand, not too bad, but it's not really designed for the weapon. It's this one with the trigger finger that it's designed for. So eventually we got it in. Looks good. Really nice. And then the holster. I don't know why there's a holster for it. It's such big weapons, those Stormtrooper weapons. So holstering it is pretty phenomenal. Yeah, that's Enoch. So we'll put him there with Thrawn. And we've got 3 Night Troopers in here as well. Oh yeah, that's a proper E11 blaster. Detail's pretty good. Looks good. This helmet's really done well. The touches of gold on that against the grey. And I love these red ribbon wraps. They look really cool. Articulation seems to be different there for some reason. No? This looks a little bit thinner. I actually don't really want to bend that much. Noting we're getting 3 different troopers. This one's got a lot of ribbon wraps. We're of course labeling them the Night Troopers based on Thrawn being helped out by Morgan Elsbeth and the Night Sisters. So that's how we get the Night Troopers, because I don't know if it was stated, I don't remember it was stated, but they've clearly done, the Night Sisters have clearly done something to the Stormtroopers to keep them alive during Thrawn's exile. And yeah, so it's all linked to their magic. Just for reference, this is an original vintage Stormtrooper. So you can sort of see like they are reasonably close, considering the vintage ones were, they're 40 years old. It looks cool. So E11 blaster in that one. That articulation is, there it is. It's got some really weird articulation. It's fine, as long as you find the bend point. Yeah, no problems getting the weapon into that hand. And he doesn't have some weird holster. So, yeah. That's that Night Trooper. Yeah, this guy comes with the same standard E11. And first guy, grey helmet, orange, gold touches. This guy's got more of the full Stormtrooper uniform. I think there was comments made that, the ribbon in a way was meant to be holding their armor together because they'd spent so long away from the Empire that their armor was starting to fall apart. But before I'd read anything about that, and I saw that they were sort of under the control of these witches, I just thought that these were like magical wraps or something coming from the sisters, and that's the reason that they were strung around them. Let me know in the comments if you have further information on this. I'm assuming there's, there's storyline I haven't read or listened to yet that could maybe explain this a bit better. Okay, how is this? You just got to get the arms in the correct position on this. It's a bit weird. Yeah, very nice. Pretty happy with that. Okay. And then the fourth and final guy. E11 again. Now this guy is almost a combination of the two other ones. So we saw first guy had the mostly grey helmet with gold touches. Second guy come out with the full white helmet with the gold touches. And then this guy's looks like it's just funnily that middle ground, which is, halfish grey, halfish white with the gold touches. There's just very gradual differences with these things. Like if you look at the chests, he's got effectively no wraps on his chest. He's got sort of half an amount of wraps on his chest, and he's got a whole bunch of wraps. Right at the same. He's missing some around his waist there, but he's got some there. And once again, see one leg wrapped here, two legs wrapped here, and then both, but way more. It's funny how they've done it. It's like they're leveling up the amount of wraps in different areas. Same with the arms, like top and bottom, and then bottom and top, and bottom on that one as well, but then bottom and top on this. It's very funny. Let's chuck the E11 into his hands. It's funny, I've always looked at the way they do their feet on these figures, give them the articulation. But as zombies, like, it's almost perfect articulation for them. Just to sort of get into that leg dragging motion that we see from undead or zombies. Yeah, I'm super happy with this set. It is really nice. Totally looks like it should from the series. And, these are Thrawn's troops that we see in Ahsoka. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this something that you have bought? You're a big Star Wars fan and you're really looking forward to this set. Let me know if you haven't seen Ahsoka, because I'll be straight away saying, bro, you need to go and see it. It's not the best viewing in the world, but these guys made their appearance towards the end of the show. And it's cool stuff. It's cool new stuff that I hadn't seen before. And it made me want to just go and check out Thrawn. And I'm glad I did. I'm so happy with the content with him. And I've just been going sort of book to book. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not currently a subscriber of the channel, please hit that sub button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video today. Let me know what you think about these guys. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on them. And if you've got an extra $2 a month to spare, please consider becoming a channel member. It doesn't take much, but it sort of keeps me very motivated to continue making like almost VIP videos just for you guys. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.